We're in the middle of a series right now talking about what the 3 parts to an OSHA audit look like. So in my previous videos, if you haven't watched them, you can go back and watch them. We talk about the 3 parts to an OSHA audit. My last video, we talked about the opening conference. In this video, we're going to talk about really where the rubber meets the road, and that is the walk around. This is what people think of when they think of an OSHA audit. And in this video, I'm going to explain what you can do as a safety manager to control the communication that goes on during the walk around. Let's check it out. Okay, now before I jump in and talk about the walk around, I gotta tell you, if you haven't already, check out my free OSHA audit workshop. It's a free online workshop that explains everything you need to know to prepare your team for an unexpected OSHA audit. So in this video, I'm gonna be talking about the walk around, but in that workshop, I actually break down every part and piece of it. It's very beneficial. Check it out if you haven't already. That's a great place to start right after you watch this video. Now, my name is David Sawyer. I've been helping busy safety managers with OSHA and preventing accidents at their company. And in this video, I want to spend my time talking about the walk around. The OSHA walk around is what we think of when we think of an OSHA audit. The bottom line is, if they came to do an inspection at your facility, they want to see what they came to see. So if they have a reason to be there, if they're there because of a complaint dealing with your forklift, that's the example I've been using. If they're looking for forklift operators, then they're probably going to want to see your forklift, and they're going to ask to go see your forklift. Now, as a safety manager, it's your job to control the flow of information. We are never going to lie to the OSHA inspector. That is not what we're going to do. We're going to be honest and truthful, and we're going to do the right thing. We want to make sure that we take them to the forklift, but we want to take them the most direct route possible. And the reason for this is during the walk around, if they see anything that catches their eye, that will expand the scope of the audit. And what I mean is this: if they're there to look at the forklift and they notice, hey, there's a chemical bottle on a table and I don't see a label on it. Maybe the label's on it, but it's just on the back side. That OSHA officer is required to go inspect that safety violation or that safety hazard. So depending on the nature of your work, there could be a lot of potential safety hazards that are in the production area. So you want to do your best to keep them laser focused, have blinders on so they're only looking at what they came to see. A good way to do that is if they're there to see the forklift, bring the forklift to them. Have the forklift, instead of walking them through the production area to get all the way back to the maintenance shop where the forklift lives, let's have the maintenance guys bring the forklift all the way forward so that when he walks out of the conference room with you, hey, we got the forklift right here. We brought it up here so we could check it out. Now, keep in mind, if you put yourself in his shoes or the inspector's shoes, they're gonna wanna know, okay, who's certified to drive it? How are you using it? Where's the pre-shift inspection? Where's the training rosters? They want to check the forklift, make sure it's being taken care of, and that people know how to drive it the right way. If they spot somebody driving the forklift in the, off to the left, and the guy's driving around and he's not wearing a seatbelt, boom, they're gonna jump on that right away. If they see the forklift not parked correctly, right? The forks are up in the air and the emergency brake's not set and it's backed up in front of the eye wash station, that's gonna be a problem too. So just a simple thing to do is you wanna make sure whatever they're going to see, you take them in the most direct path possible so that you can limit the scope of what they're looking at. You don't want them to see everything you're doing. This is not a plant tour. You don't want to be walking around and explaining what customers are asking for and what your latest, greatest new product is. They are simply there to do a job. They're there to find that hazard. They're there to figure out what's going on, and if need be, they're going to write you a citation for it. So we want to make sure we take them exactly where they need to go, nowhere else. So that's one of the big takeaways of the walk around. Control the flow of information. Again, never lie. We're always going to be truthful. And I'll put this in there. We talked about having maintenance guys with you during a walk around. Never have anybody fix a problem during the walk around. Now you can tell them, hey, we're going to get right on top of that. But just as an example, if we have a cracked electrical outlet on the wall and they go, oh, I see, maybe they take a picture of it. Well, if you have your maintenance guy go over there with a regular old screwdriver and he starts taking it off, guess what? He's just caused a safety hazard by using a regular screwdriver on an outlet. So don't let anybody fix mistakes during the audit. Wait until that inspector has moved on out of the room and then fix it. And then when you're circling back during the closing conference, which we'll talk about next week, you're going to actually explain, oh, by the way, we already corrected that problem. Take a picture of it. Now, while I'm talking about pictures, anything that inspector takes a picture of, you take a picture of also. Used to be a lot more difficult before cell phones. Now we always got a camera with us. Make sure you're taking pictures of what he's taking pictures of, and you're taking notes of what's being discussed during the audit, because you might have a good memory. I got a great memory. It's just really short. So you want to make sure that you remember this weeks after the audit, because honestly, that's when you're going to be asking questions about it to your boss, and your boss is going to be asking you. So that's the down and dirty when we're talking about the walk around with OSHA. Please do everything you can to keep the people you work with safe until we talk again, because no one should get hurt at work.